Welcome to Another Look, a film podcast where we go back and discuss a filmmaker's body of work, from their hits to their misses, as well as genres, eras, movements, and everything in between. It's still Nick's month, and we are talking about zombie movies. I'm Ian Killian.
I'm Jordan Mushno.
Sheena is a punk rocker.
Ben Riley.
That's Tommy Baderman or whatever.
Timmy Baderman.
Timmy Bader.
So it's early morning, and on my birthday, Nick.
Yep.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy
Nick
birthday.
woke me up. He's like, "Hey, we need to record now. I have a busy night tonight."
Yep,
He has big plans tonight,
I do.
so I had to get up and set this up. Guys, how's everybody doing?
Good.
A little tired. but
Yeah,
Good.
I'm a little sleepy.
I get up at this time every day.
Yeah,
so.
I
So
mean,
do
I guess
I,
I do
but-
too, but I don't know. Did anybody want to talk about anything they watched recently? Nick?
Yeah, I'll quickly touch on two things I watched. You guys know I'm a mark for,
Porn.
yeah, that and physical media, especially horror shit. I watched the Vestron title, Parents, last week.
It's called Parents?
It's called Parents. It has Randy Quaid and Mary Beth Hurt in it.
Oh, is that
from
the-
It's like
1989.
It's like Serial Momish.
You posted that picture of like that old lady, like, granted, like,
I think that was something else.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that was Parents
Oh,
because
okay.
because what I'm gonna say is I thought I would really like it due to the fact that it was a Vestron title.
It's Bob Ballard.
Bob Ballard?
Ballard. Yeah, he made it. He directed it.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't,
Yeah.
I didn't dig it. I really didn't dig it. It was a lot different than I thought it was going to be. It was kind of like a date, like the horror elements to it were like almost David Lynchy.
Really?
Yeah, it was really strange.
It wasn't just like a traditional horror like you
No,
expected.
like I predicted, like Serial Mom type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
And
I think it is kind of like that.
did you see it?
Yeah.
Like the parts with the horror stuff in it, it was really like avant-garde. It was just really strange.
That's interesting.
And it was a slow burn, and it didn't do much for me. It didn't have humor really to it, like the tongue in cheek.
That sucks that you
Dark.
bought it.
Well,
He blind buys tons of
I'm
shit.
kind of stuck because I don't want to miss any of those titles.
yeah.
You can flip it.
I could, but I don't want to.
Man, I'm
I know-
glad my brain doesn't work like that.
Yeah, my brain's wired kind of strange. But anyway, I'll touch on one other movie that I actually was pretty into that I blind bought. It's called Silkwood with
Yeah, the
Meryl Streep.
Mike Nichols movie.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Now I only gave it a 3.
What's it about?
It's really good.
It's a true story about Karen Silkwood. It kind of reminded me of Martin Campbell's Edge of Darkness
Oh.
with Mel Gibson, where his daughter gets contaminated at the
Yeah, that
workplace.
it's like a remake of a
Yeah.
BBC thing.
This is a true story. She works in with plutonium matter
Mhm.
job, and she uncovers some stuff about workplace safety and some secrets. And they don't want to. The place she works for doesn't want it to get out, so they actually poison her, like
Oh,
give her
shit.
radiation sickness. And at the end, spoiler alert, but at the end they kill her. And
Industrial
they,
espionage.
they at least to this day I think they never found like the
leads.
leads.
Yeah.
But it was a really interesting movie, and
Yeah.
I was really intrigued by the cast.
It reminds me a little bit of like Cloud Atlas too. They did a story like that with Halle Berry. Remember? She was like working at a nuclear plant, and
then she
Oh.
underwater, the underwater part.
What made you watch it? Just
I
random?
I blind bought it
Oh.
on the Kino Lorber sale
But why'd you buy that?
because I thought it sounded interesting.
Oh, okay.
and
I'm just curious.
it's not really a movie I would normally.
Yeah, that's
pick,
why I was
but-
asking.
You like Mike Nichols though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I dug it.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it.
You're a big Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf
Yeah.
fan?
You like Wolf, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
He's big. He's the big.
That's why I like Mike Nichols because of Wolf.
Jordan, did you see anything cool?
Yeah, I watched the new release, which is Annabelle Creation. Very scary. It was okay.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot more than the first one, which is really dull. But they have like a press-
Disagree.
Did you
on that
say
one.
dull because?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was really dull.
Nice.
But
I very much disagree with Jordan's point there, but keep going.
yeah, the first one was dull.
Yeah.
But this it's pretty scary. It has good effective scares and it's good build up. But my problem with it is that like they have no idea what to do with Annabelle. she's not scary in the slightest. And puppets and dolls are so easily scary to me
Yeah.
that like they just basically like she's supposed to be this conduit, but they don't really use her as that really. They show like the ghost and they show other things like creeping around.
Mm-hmm.
But
Demon was creepy.
the demon,
I thought the demon looked cool,
yeah, like which
like Insidious-y type.
Yeah, but that's
Cool.
not the main
Like-
thing, you know.
yeah,
like,
yeah. You're supposed to use this. The doll is basically there, and
Yeah.
they say it's the conduit, but it doesn't really do anything besides like turn its head once or twice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of disappointing in that regard, but I liked it overall.
Yeah.
Definitely.
better than the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Nick thinks it's.
I
you,
disagree.
You like the first one.
I do. I like the first one even better than both of the Conjuring movies.
oh, that's
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Dare I say I like it better than Insidious?
dare I? say-
Dare I say?
I don't.
Not to compare them, but
Why?
I don't like it better than Dead Silence though. But
Ooh, Dead Silent. I watched that recently.
Ooh.
That's a stinker.
Annabelle, the way
It's like opposite day for James Wan.
I
Yeah.
love the
even though he didn't make the Annabelle movie.
Yeah.
the cinematography in Annabelle, I just absolutely love. I think it looks
Really?
great. I really do. It's like very almost glossy.
It's got like an orange glow,
Yeah, and it look
like-
for like an old like a retro type
like
feel to it.
like a Zodiac.
Okay.
But not to spoil anything with Annabelle, but I was really hoping that it would tie in to the first one, with it being a prequel, and it led right into the first one. And the scene I loved the most in the first one was the very beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
with
a good
the
scene.
Charles Manson type cult shit. Did you
Oh,
guys see it?
I've never seen
I've
it.
never seen
Okay,
either.
Well, I was like blown away by that scene when I first saw the movie, and that's how the
Ooh,
Okay.
it leads into that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
that is cool.
But-
it's another scene that has nothing to do with the doll, but it's a good scene.
Yeah.
But let me say two more things because I wanted to bring them up and they're relevant to what Jordan just said because they were attached to Annabelle. I'll tell you what. This year, this year is exciting for horror due to the fact that it's coming out, but there's so many fucking remakes coming out. Like Flatliners.
Yeah.
There was a trailer for that on
And
there.
I think it looks bad.
What was the other remake trailer that was attached to Annabelle? Do you remember? Probably weren't paying attention because you probably got in there late.
Geostorm.
No, it was another horror remake, and they're both coming out like in the next couple months.
Uh,
And it wasn't it either. So
yeah, I don't know.
That's not
I don't.
even
I don't
included.
really count it as a remake anyway.
Well,
not really.
I don't either. But I was just like, man, I just feel like it's not normal for this many to come out in such a small amount of time.
Eh,
I don't know.
There's periods of
yeah,
it.
I think there's ways.
you are a fan of
I am.
those major franchises
Yeah.
I
in
am.
horror that repeatedly do the same thing over and over.
But I
Texas
just rolled-
Chainsaw.
I
Is
just
that what
rolled-
you're talking about?
Maybe.
Is that a
I-
remake?
Leatherface.
Well,
I just
That's-
rolled my
I guess
eyes.
that's continuation.
I rolled my eyes at Flatliners. I was like, really?
I think that looks really bad.
I
does.
like the original Flatliners.
I do too,
I-
but this one just makes it. I don't know. It just seems so.
Millennial style, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like does some nods at our generation.
I think it's really cool, really stupid to be like, okay, let's pretend let's die for a second so we can party or get rich. You know what I mean?
yeah, the motivation is very
Yeah.
stupid. Ben, did you watch anything?
I didn't watch much, but I'll just talk about a little bit. I just finished it, the first season of The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh,
yeah, cool.
I'd been hearing about it.
The hell is that?
Obviously,
That Hulu
nuclear
show?
war.
Nuclear war.
No,
shit?
it's not about that.
Oh.
Bringing up something off mic, but it's like a dystopian in the future where they suspend the Constitution and basically outlaw women to like have jobs or be anything other than like breeding for
Mhm.
like these high up people to continue like it's like a religious kind of thing.
what
So you would like it, I'm sure.
it's supposed to be very
No.
brutal and
Well,
disturbing.
it's
It's
and
disturbing.
It's based off a
It's
a
based
book?
off a book.
Yeah.
Now, does this
Who is
have
it like
any,
Margaret Atwood or
Yeah.
Yep.
Does this have anything to do with the Handmaiden?
No.
That
No.
movie with the scissoring or whatever.
No,
Never mind.
different. It's not the same
There's
same
that-
universe.
You should watch
Okay.
The Housemaid though.
The fuck is
Yeah,
that?
what's that?
It's an old Japanese movie.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'd recommend it. It's like there's a lot of critical acclaim for it. There's a lot of
Yeah.
Let me guess. It's on Netflix.
It's on
Hulu.
Hulu,
Oh, okay.
the one
The new
streaming
Hulu.
service you love.
The new Hulu.
What's
Apparently.
the new Hulu?
That's what they're marketing.
I haven't seen
Fuck
that.
Hulu.
But yeah, I wanted to see that too. It just I didn't know it was
I
done.
held it off for a while.
Yeah.
but it was good.
For me, I watched I was catching a couple things in the theaters. I saw Dunkirk a little late, and I enjoyed that. I think we talked about that earlier. I did want to talk about Atomic Blonde last episode, but we didn't do that. I saw that. Kind of
Great movie.
disappointing. That's why I want to talk about it, because you really, really loves it.
I want to see it again. Bad.
I think there's like there's a couple great fight scenes, but I think it's just sloppy. But anyway, I did want to talk about, I rewatched McCabe and Mrs. Miller, an Robert Altman Western with
Warren Beatty.
Warren Beatty, yeah. And it's very Altman-like. It's a very weird Western. It's a good watch. It's a very cold, wet, like lonely movie, and it's not it's like that revisionist Western where they put their own spin on it in a different setting. But I love it. I can rewatch that movie whenever. There's a Leonard Cohen soundtrack. It's really good.
They sent me a Leonard Cohen record from Amazon one time, and instead of 9 Inch Nails, and I got really fucking pissed. But anyway, keep going.
I mean, I had nothing really else to say, but I like that.
You just like to tag on people's shit with things that don't really apply.
Just stuff that he bought.
Mail order mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about
Leonard Cohen?
Jersey Mike's yesterday?
Jersey Mike's too, just like fuck Leonard Cohen. Yeah. This is,
What about it?
I'm excited to talk about these two movies.
Okay. Well, we're gonna take a little
I thought you
break.
were going to talk about Jersey Mike's.
We're gonna take a little break. Nick's gonna wait 45 minutes for his sub at Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. What did we watch?
First, we will be talking about Pet Sematary. It was directed by Mary Lambert and written by Stephen King. It was released in 1989, and it stars Dale Midkiff, Fred Gwynn, and Denise Crosby. The plot is behind a young family's home in Maine is a terrible secret that holds the power of life after death. When tragedy strikes, the threat of that power soon becomes undeniable.
So, people say Stephen King's such a great writer. Do you guys think that?
I do.
I do.
Yeah.
Very much.
Well, how come he can't spell?
Nick, I also want you to tell us what you kept calling Mary Lambert yesterday.
Nope.
Well, you said you were going to say it on podcast.
Yeah.
I wasn't being serious.
But what'd you say?
I think she's awesome.
Oh, okay. That was weird. I don't.
It's not what you said yesterday.
Yeah.
I think she's cool.
I think she's cool.
She made both of these movies, and
She's
I think
cool.
these movies are great.
Okay, so now when I think zombie movies, I wouldn't think these two. Well, I'm not saying these.
No, I know.
I'm not saying these aren't zombie movies.
I know.
but it's just not.
It's not
They're not traditional.
That's
Yeah.
why I
Yeah.
wanted to do
No,
it.
I think that's cool.
Because to me, these are, at least to this day that I've seen, the most grimy. Like,
Really?
I get it. I really get a sense of grime when I watch both of these movies. I really do.
I don't think. What's grime to you?
Like, this is so.
There's more
this
grime
is-
in the sequel.
This is dark shit to me.
Oh, I think
Like, this is really
I think that's true, but
a sense of dread type.
I don't.
You don't have that.
Mm-mm.
See, I do every single time I watch it.
I think there's some like good parts that are, effective, but like when you would say a grimy zombie movie, I would think like the 28 Days Later.
Okay.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
I mean,
Because it looks like it looks gritty. It's real muddy.
Yeah, when I think of grimy, I think of the way it looks more
Yeah.
than like that.
Yeah, that's you're like
atmosphere.
yeah,
Yeah.
like when you say grimy, I know what you say because when it's coming from you, because it's not when I think grimy, it's more of a visual thing. But you're using
You're talking about feeling.
grimy. Yeah.
like I feel like, and I'm desensitized big time.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot for me to actually emotionally feel something for a movie.
You stick real guns in your mouth as a joke.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
That's my contact photo for him on my phone.
and this both of these movies make me feel like shit when I watch them.
I mean, we'll get into the second one
They make you sad.
Well,
somewhat.
I think there's
I think that's kind of the intention.
the first one.
some effective loss,
Yeah.
because we watched this all together, and we would joke at some points, but like when that scene of the kid, we all got silent. We're like, ooh, you know what I mean? I think
that part still
I,
fucks me
I
up
think that
usually
scene is
when I watch
very
it.
effective.
And right before it, we had that fat trucker that was going to go. So we were cracking up laughing.
yeah, and then we stopped.
Yeah, then we stopped.
Yeah, so I do think that's effective. But yeah, so you picked these because they're not the quintessential.
Yeah, they're not the run of the mill zombie movie like the Dawn of the Dead that you'd not saying that that's not a good movie, but they're not what you would really necessarily think about.
There's definitely like an interesting like mythos behind the zombies. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not deep or it's fairly thin.
Well, in the first one, you really only get the zombies at the last act.
Yeah,
Like it's not
yeah.
like the zombie cat, I guess. But
yeah,
I mean, we may have touched on this last episode, but if Walking Dead and all this shit didn't kind of oversaturate the whole zombie thing, I think zombies are cool. I mean, not like
You can
hot
still
topic
say-
mall goth zombie shit,
Well,
but
like
like
an I Love Daryl wristband.
You're more
yeah.
you're wearing a Spencer shirt that says zombie survivalist
Yeah,
or something.
like I think the dead being like reanimated and coming back to life
Yeah.
is
It's just
pretty sweet.
overdone.
Yeah,
I
you
would
don't-
agree.
it's over. Yeah,
Yeah,
overkilled.
that's okay. You can't let like a culture ruin it for you. You know,
it's
that-
just in the mainstream pop culture.
yeah. You probably shouldn't see it.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
if that's the case.
Well, we all know scary clowns are coming back.
Yeah.
I was scared to hell when I saw this movie for the first time as a kid. When I even the cover is so scary.
The
in
kid
my
always
opinion.
scared me.
Yeah.
Like that I can't believe they allowed that image on the cover of Pascal with like the gore on his head. Like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
I
I don't
love
think
that
it's
stuff.
quite as gory on the cover though.
No, but it's still like
Yeah, it's still gory.
I mean, it does its job. It makes you like look at it right away and be like, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah, but yeah, it's a pretty dark movie.
Yeah.
Well, Stephen King said like this was one of the books he wrote, and then he had to put it away for a while because
Yeah.
it like messed him up so much because it's such a dark like subject matter, like a child dying.
Yeah, it feels like the movie glosses over that a little bit.
Maybe
Yeah.
a little bit.
But I see why. But it is. I haven't read the book, but I can imagine it being very heavy.
I was
It
gonna
is,
say that
it
too.
is.
I can tell the difference between the writing of this movie and then the second.
Well, Stephen King, this is his first screenplay. Like,
Oh, okay.
Of his,
Oh, I
of
didn't
his
know-
books.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did he write the screenplay?
Yeah, he wrote the screenplay
Okay.
for the first one.
Okay, and I can definitely tell a difference. Just because things seem heavier in this one.
needs to
There's a weird vibe in the second one.
Yeah.
He needs to direct more movies like Maximum Overdrive. He was in a real good
He was
state of
on
mind.
cocaine.
He,
Yeah,
he blacked out for like 10 years. He doesn't know what happened.
Someone got like hit with like
Well,
shards of
and
shit
he-
from a
he got hit by
lawnmower.
a Mack truck or
A van.
Yeah.
a van. They're just like
a,
these
a van. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really fucked. And that's when he started writing Gunslinger? I believe?
No, he
it was
got hit
probably
by a
after
truck
that.
in like '99.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he continued the Gunslinger and
He had
things
Dark
after that.
Tower stuff
Yeah.
that spanned
yeah,
a while.
The
Yeah.
Dark Tower. Yeah.
I think he wrote some of his. He says some of his worst books after that happened.
yeah.
Yeah,
Books he even says he hates, which is kind of weird.
or like Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon.
I don't know.
That
that
shit-
came out in like the late 90s.
Oh,
didn't
did it?
Or
I thought that was
2000s.
one of
What
his mediocre books.
What
but
about- Is Thinner a good book?
I've never read that one.
Because I went through my parents' attic not that long ago, and I grabbed Thinner and
I bet that book would be-
Cujo.
I bet that book would be awesome.
I'll
I like that movie.
Thinner.
Yeah, nobody likes it.
I've never
Yeah.
seen it.
I saw
Yeah.
it when I was a kid.
I think it's pretty good. I
Yeah.
tell you the one movie I liked that I didn't think I would, Hearts in Atlantis.
Hmm.
Oh,
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins.
And
I haven't
actually,
seen that.
Anthony Elkins, the kid in it too.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I don't know why I put it on.
Is that like a horror? Or is that like one of
No.
those kind of like
not
that
at all?
Stand By
That's
Me
Stephen
kind
King,
of
though?
stuff?
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
supernatural though, right?
yeah, it's super. He's supernatural, Anthony Hopkins.
Hmm.
But the movie is not.
Yeah.
If I can remember correctly, it's not really dark in any way. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But this, I'm gonna say, because this was a rewatch for me. I don't think it held up on. I mean, I didn't enjoy it as much as I first saw it.
Do you think that it had anything to do with our scenario watching it?
Yes.
Yeah, because I was glad I watched it the night before because there was just a concentration difference for me.
Yeah, for sure. But I I would think goofing at it would even be a more enjoyable movie. Maybe. But I'm not saying this was bad, but it just didn't hold up enough for me. I don't know what it was.
Like when I'm sitting there last night, and I never did this before, I was like, they know what this does. Why keep doing it?
Well,
you know what I mean? Especially with Herman Munster's character.
Yeah,
Fred Gwynn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Crandall.
gonna ask, did I miss something? Why did
Like
he
with-
fucking show him?
The explanation of the kid, like, makes more sense because that's bringing something back that you really need to.
But the cat just for his daughter.
when you know what it does and how it turned
Yeah,
what it turned a person into before and what it turned his animal into.
yeah, like it.
Yeah,
I think-
everyone that uses it is very dumb afterwards because they keep thinking they're in denial about
Yeah,
it.
I think he
Yeah.
almost got like a god complex in a way because
Yeah.
he.
Now, I do think it could work. I think that idea could work, and I'm sure it does in the book. But in the movie, I was just like, I don't.
Well, one thing that gets me in movies in general is like there's like a ghost of his wife, and he's like, oh, that's her, and it clearly fucking isn't. And he walks towards, you know what I
It's
mean?
got like pus dripping out
it,
of her
like,
eyeball.
and then it kills him.
Yeah.
There's stuff like that. And I was like, come on, like
I mean, you could say he was in shock, maybe.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
I mean,
he's just
well,
looking for.
he just killed his kid.
This-
Re-killed his
again.
kid.
Yeah.
Well, this fucking actor has been in shock from frame one
I will
to
say
the last
his
frame.
performance is the worst part of this
Yeah.
movie.
Well, no, he was
Yeah.
high as hell when he's like, "Hi,
He's like on Quaaludes. He's like melted.
Somebody lobotomized him before
Yeah,
this movie.
yeah. He was really bad.
I think he's got like a good look for the character,
can
but
look
his
past it.
acting is not good.
I can look past it for some reason.
Oh, I
That's
can
good.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think it's the worst thing ever. He
It's
just-
laughable. That's
Yeah.
it.
I think the kid, the daughter is off. Like,
She's
Well, and
annoying.
I know
too.
she's a little kid, but man, I
Annoying
can't
kid,
stand her
whatever.
voice at all. Almost as bad as the Southpaw.
I like Fred
girl in
Gwynn.
Southpaw.
I think he's good as Judd Crandall.
he's-
he's like the best.
yeah,
part.
I think
He's
he's
a
the best
great
part.
actor.
Yeah, and actually, I didn't remember the
Zelda.
the sister.
Yeah, the sister.
Yeah,
Zelda.
I didn't remember that, and I
That's
thought
like the part everyone's scared of.
That
Is
part-
that's
yeah.
the
it's
scariest part.
super effective.
Yeah.
I think that
Like when
stuff
she like turns real fast.
is really good. Yeah.
Now, what's it like in the book? Her character's.
I mean,
writing.
granted, I read this in high school,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't know all the details. I think it's pretty similar.
The little bit that I did read, I remember reading that for Judd.
What's a
Crandall.
little bit?
He has a wife in the book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the little bit I read, Fred Gwynn nailed Judd Crandall.
I think so.
Just the dialogue and everything.
I think he's really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we did mention this last night. The subplot of the maid or like the nanny.
That's not in the book.
Pointless.
Yeah.
because I don't know what it did.
It's supposed to teach them about death
Yeah, it's just
after
more
they
death.
already. Yeah, it doesn't work,
Yeah.
but that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah. really
yeah.
because it just didn't go anywhere after that.
because they talk about it and then they avoid it with the cat and then they do it for real. You know what I mean?
because she asked.
Well, not to keep harping on the book. This is the last point I'll make about the book. In the book, they use Judd's wife as this figure, like to learn more about death, and it's way more effective because you're with her for
Yeah.
a period
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah, I just think
This is a throwaway
there's a
character.
couple themes or a couple things that are a little too thin.
Yeah, I would
but-
agree.
The one element that I kind of was thinking about last night and didn't fully understand due to the placement of it in the movie was Pascal. Now he dies really quick in the beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He
Before-
seems like a non-character.
Before any of that shit happens with the Pet Cemetery.
Yeah,
So why does the supernatural stuff start to
Well,
happen?
Pascal comes because the doctor tried to save his life.
And so,
So
he's
he's
trying
trying
to
to
save
do-
his life.
Yeah, so he's trying to save
So
his life.
everything Pascal
Oh,
does
okay.
literally makes everything worse.
Yeah.
Because if Rachel doesn't come to the town at all, she won't die.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
she doesn't stop anything.
At
Yeah.
the beginning, the only thing I can say is he does warn him not to go, and the next day he's like, "Okay, I'll go anyway."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, And if he didn't warn him, he would have went no matter. He went anyway, but he definitely would have went.
I would never fucking use that burial ground. If someone tried to show that to me, I'd be like, hell no.
I wish the Pet Cemetery was on the burial ground. I don't really understand why it's not.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, you mentioned this last night. Do you mean like
how they have to travel so far to get to it when there's already a burial
then all those
before.
people's pets would have been getting up.
well, not necessarily. There could have, like, if there's a history, that's a different way you would have to tell the story.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's
it
not
just seems weird. Like, it's called Pet Cemetery,
And it's
I
not
get,
on a pet cemetery.
yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Nick doesn't approve. It's fine.
I don't really care.
It's
It's
fine.
not. It's like a nitpick.
I can look past.
Yeah,
most
it's a
of it.
nitpick. Yeah.
But I do think the horror stuff at towards the end is effective too.
Yeah.
The cutting of his Achilles heel or his mouth.
What
and-
about the dummy, the Gage dummy flying down from the attic?
You mean when
Well,
how about
they're not
when-
going to use a real kid.
Yeah,
No.
I understand.
I
that.
think I still think that stuff like
it was a
is-
little creepy.
it works,
even
you
if
know?
it was like pretty.
No, I don't even think about it.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
only reason I'm thinking about it is because you think the guy falling off the bed is real.
Hitting his head.
Okay.
You don't understand stunts, like how those work.
Okay.
Well, luckily we have him on the line. Was that real? Yeah. Yeah, it was.
I'll say back to like the end part. I think it's sad how with like Gage when he gets the syringe, like he's still acting like the little kid.
Yeah.
It's like you can tell. I mean, he was reanimated, so he's like inherently evil, but he's still just a little kid that
Yeah.
thinks he's playing, and then he like starts crying. It's like
Yeah.
no fair.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I kind of retract what I said about the in movies where they go towards their loved one and they're a zombie or a ghoul or something like that,
Mhm.
because I do like the end scene a lot, or how the movie ends
Yeah.
when they're hugging and
Yeah.
her fucking eyes pussing out, because at that point he is just insane and could be just accepting that
he's lost everything.
yeah.
They-
He's just accepting that's how she's gonna be. You
They
know what I mean?
recut that, and they had a couple different versions of that ending. I think, if I remember from that documentary.
Does the documentary go over the falling off the bed? I can't remember.
No.
I don't think so.
There's a big chapter.
I'll have to rewatch
They
it.
go after some random shit, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
Yeah, like Nick brought up the set, like something special about the set.
Oh, like the
How they did it. That
the
makes
weird
sense in the
dream
doc.
sequence kind
Yeah.
of feeling. Yeah.
That was a
Um,
weird part.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find what they said about the ending being. It was reshot like three different. They had like three different versions of it. But it's funny. Now that I'm bringing up the trivia, Bruce Campbell was the first choice for the role of Louis Creed. I didn't
Man,
know that.
He
would be
would've been
so
awesome.
fucking better.
Yeah. I also read back to George Romero. I read that he or Stephen King originally was going to have him direct this.
That'd
It
be cool.
was just in like a development period
Yeah.
for too long. So.
I'm glad he didn't. I think Mary Lambert did great.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but who knows what George Romero would have done?
Yeah, I know, but
I know that's-
if they would have taken that if they would have changed anything about this movie, I don't think I would have liked it.
Because I think this does have good atmosphere that I don't know is like attached to something Romero. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
would feel
that's
a lot
true.
different.
It's funny because all she directed before this were like music videos.
Yeah,
So
which I
why
can
did-
definitely tell in the second one.
why? Yeah, I know. Why did they give her the opportunity? Because this was a huge deal.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, she's a girl.
Yeah.
No. I don't mean
I
that.
mean,
I
What'd
don't
you call her yesterday again?
listen. I don't mean that. I don't mean it that way. I mean, like, what did she do really to give?
that
Well,
hap-
when you're
David-
directing like Madonna music videos, you get
Yeah,
in the
David-
80s, you
that
get
happened.
you get
Yeah,
opportunities.
David Fincher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a music
That's
video.
true.
Spike Jones, all those.
Don't
people.
get me wrong. I'm very glad that she got the role, but I'm just saying.
You're just trying
I'm
looking to where's the
surprised-
jump.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
surprised
You're
that
like, why didn't they
Stephen-
give it to the guy who directed a
Yeah.
music video?
No, Stephen King. I'm just surprised because this was his baby. I'm surprised that
Maybe she sold it.
Yeah,
she did a
I
good.
mean,
Maybe
made
she
a
was
good
like,
movie.
"This is what
she
I
did
know."
well.
Yeah,
She did great.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. Like you're curious on, the details, like
She
how
probably
Like
went
you
in
go
for a
from George
meeting.
Romero to Mary Lambert.
no-name,
I mean, it's-
yeah.
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 And unfortunately, she didn't really. She's been working, on shows and stuff. But
Yeah.
feature films, she hasn't really done.
Some
after
people do that, though.
Halloween Town 2.
Maybe that's by her choice, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
I think TV gigs are probably pretty good. Maybe not as creatively fulfilling.
Tom
Yeah,
Savini turned
take
down the
less
chance to
time.
direct
Yeah.
the film. Man, that would have been goofy too.
Yeah. But I do think this has good atmosphere in its moments. I think the main death is effective. I actually love the end. So, I mean, I do have a positive. I just didn't love it as when I first saw it.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
when
used to
first,
like it a lot
I
more.
first saw it and I was like, "Oh man, this is fucking awesome." But and cuz I saw it maybe last year or two. But I still have like a positive feeling. You guys want to rate it?
Oh yeah, 5.
5, perfect.
I'll do a 3.5.
3.5.
I'm a 4.
I probably had it at 3.5.
Did this used to be your favorite movie?
One of them,
I swear it used to be your all-time favorite.
maybe.
Used to be.
I think it's good. I think it's really good. Some of the stuff is hard to look past sometimes.
Yeah.
4 is good to me.
I think the idea,
I don't need
the
your shit.
the concept and atmosphere are too good, like overshadow the issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 3. No, let's do a 3.5. I'll still give it a 3.5. I think the cat is a better actor than the lead.
It seemed like the cat kept changing sizes. Sometimes it'd be fat and fluffy, and then it'd be small.
Same with the kid.
Which kid?
The little baby.
Yeah, Gage Creed when he like comes out and his hands like
Oh, yeah.
it's like an actual doll's hand.
Yeah.
I know he was only like actually 2 when
Yeah.
he did this movie.
That kid
but-
looks familiar. He's in a bunch of other stuff.
He's
right?
the kid in Kindergarten Cop that says about the vagina, penises, or
Girls
whatever.
have
yeah.
vaginas and boys have penis.
And he's a new Nightmare.
okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He's a horror movie star.
yeah. from
And now he's
birth.
making the con circuits.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
that's how it goes.
And he's charging you $60 to take a picture with him.
Yep.
When he doesn't even remember making the movie.
Yep.
Ben, what else did we watch?
We watched the sequel to Pet Sematary. Pet Sematary 2 was directed by Mary Lambert. It was written by Richard Alton. It was released in 1992, and it stars Edward Furlong, Anthony Edwards, and Clancy Brown. The plot synopsis is the ancient Native American cemetery with the power to raise the dead returns and influences the lives of new residents.
Well, one thing that I think really works, I think Clancy Brown looks like a cool zombie, or whatever it is.
He always does.
I think he looks cool.
he looked so cool in Highlander too.
Yeah.
He was like the same.
He has
type
like
of
like these
throat slit and
sunken in features, and
And he's a big guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's just intimidating.
Yeah.
I let me just say that I really like the idea that they brought Mary Lambert back to make the second one
Yeah.
to kind of continue her
Her
story.
creation, yeah.
Like not Stephen. Continue her work.
Her vision of
her vision.
yeah.
Her vision.
the world. Yeah.
But I can watching them back to back, which I've never done before. There is huge,
Big tonal difference.
huge difference.
Must have been partly Stephen King too. Would probably
Like the
have-
writing.
Yeah.
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 I could say that I do think the sequel definitely builds a better sense of community and
Yeah.
where you are and what the town is and like that like Stephen King vibe of kids riding bikes around town and
that's
stuff.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
'cause-
definitely think the sequel wins on that part, and I think that's an important aspect.
Because the first one, you're at 2 spots.
yeah,
the
But
whole-
there's
the
way
whole-
more characters in the second one as well.
Yeah.
no, yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
Yeah. But that's definitely a pro that I didn't really
Yeah,
notice.
you don't feel it in the
Well,
first one.
I didn't even notice. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I didn't think about.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
Um,
why I did that, right? Because it
Why?
was written by the guy that wrote Journey to the Center of the Earth 2 with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you.
But
well, you're talking about how she was a music video director. There's a lot of music drops in this one.
it's definitely
Yeah.
90s in that regard. Which,
Yeah, if it feels like they wanted to do like Dylan last night brought up like a Texas Chainsaw 2 because it's like wackier, and I think it knows it's a little bit wackier. And
I
just
don't think
think
it's wacky enough though to be that
I was just
different.
gonna-
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't. It does. It's not.
It's not comedic unless
I think-
unintentional,
I
intentionally comedic.
I think so. He is. What Mr. Brown has a bunch of one-liners. You know. Yeah.
When he's at the kitchen table with the potatoes.
Yeah. I think. I think it's just not wacky enough, or it's not goofy enough to have that cult status or culty goofy feel.
Yeah, and another major difference between these two is that when they bring back the dead, these characters are basically human.
The rules are
You know
a
what
lot
I mean?
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was kind of jarring watching it
Yeah.
back to back because I have no idea why or where that came from.
I would say though, in the first one, you don't really get enough time with like
That's
some
true.
of them. You don't know if they wouldn't act like that.
Well, that flashback though for that
Timmy Baterman,
Timmy-
which we forgot to bring up.
Timmy Baterman was like a full zombie.
Yeah,
That, like
he was like walking with
he
his
sort of
arms
had
out.
he sort of had like a past consciousness because he was in his house and stuff. But
Yeah.
like
We do know that the characters, even in the first one, do kind of do what they once did. You know,
Yeah.
the kid,
Like Gage.
like
Yeah.
Gage, and even the mother who's embraces,
Makes out with him.
Yeah.
makes out with them at the end. But we don't see anything to this extent.
they're just
Yeah,
like
yeah, I
very
agree.
very functioning.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
And Clancy is like fixing his wounds, and
Yeah.
you know,
I think it's kind of cool. You know, like
yeah, it's just jarring.
yeah.
I don't have a problem with
Yeah.
it inherently, you know.
But yeah, as like the same mythos to like, you
Yeah.
know is kind of
And he rapes his wife, which I forgot that
Yeah.
about that
Yeah.
part, and it kind of got glossed over in the movie.
Well, apparently that scene was a lot more graphic I mean, it was graphic, but it was a lot worse
Longer.
in the script.
Okay.
Apparently,
yeah. It didn't.
So-
Well,
need-
did the
did it.
script have follow up with it?
I don't know.
Because like you could see her bruised at the one part. That
And-
was like
and
it.
and she like gave him attitude in the kitchen or something, but there
Yeah.
was no.
Well, it didn't touch on their death.
No,
Right?
well, her and the
boy.
her
Drew.
the fat boy. He I had no clue what happened to them.
What'd you
they
think
got
of
hit by
that?
the car.
What did you think of that?
Okay.
Oh wait,
Oh.
yeah, they did.
Yeah, I know.
We must have been.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
remember
say.
I remember seeing something happen,
big
but I couldn't
scene.
remember it exactly.
Yeah,
Because he was very important.
they
I
were in
liked
the
his character.
car, like, and they're
Oh,
like
that's
he
right.
like
Yeah.
runs him off.
Yeah,
into the
okay.
truck.
We were definitely fucking around.
Well-
with
Sounds
that
like
part.
it.
Well, no, I remember. I because they go down the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even remember that last night, man.
Well, maybe.
I mean, I've seen the movie a bunch,
yeah.
but
well, speaking of,
Yeah.
you were on your phone a lot during this fucking.
I
movie.
was.
I
I've
wasn't
seen it
even
a-
there the whole time, and every time I looked over, I'd see like the phone right
I've
next to
seen
your
it
face.
a lot. I've seen
So?
the
The,
movie a
tr-
lot.
the truth is, though, is the screen time ratio between your phone and the movie is very
Small.
bad.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie enough to know that I will be able to have.
Well,
a
you just didn't even
conversation.
remember this humongous scene.
I know. But last
I
night we
didn't
were
either.
talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
it.
but
We
he's
were-
seen it so many
No,
Yeah,
times.
yeah,
I don't have an excuse. I know that. But last night we were all like, "Wait, what happened?"
Yeah, because there's the
Yeah.
ending like thing where it shows each character's face.
What'd you guys think of that? Because
Stupid.
last night I thought that was
Stupid.
kind of cheesy.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very.
They just want us to be reminded.
Like sympathetic.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
like-
what happened to that Like, remind me that I
Yeah.
don't care about you.
Yeah, like I think it could be cool and like or like cheesy and like work, but like I don't think it did.
I mean, the
It's for like a movie like Terms of Endearment or
Yeah,
something, not
yeah.
Pet Cemetery
Yeah.
too.
Well, speaking of characters, Anthony Edwards, is that his name? He's like a non-character.
Yeah, I was
He's-
gonna say he's very.
He's a character. He
Bland.
got ridden by a dog.
I was gonna say except that he had like a sex dream and then he woke up and there's a zombie dog.
Yeah, where
riding him.
it randomly becomes blue,
Yeah.
I thought that
and
part
then
was
it
awesome.
stays.
Yeah.
I thought that looked awesome.
Well, it doesn't. What?
How?
Why? Yeah.
I don't know. I thought just like the opening title sequence, that part looked
I like
sweet too.
those. I
It's
like
just
that.
like a
like
weird,
the tree
weird
cutouts.
colors and
Yeah.
shit.
I thought Edward Furlong was dumb at the end. Like I thought he was fine throughout the
Yeah,
movie.
he looked stupid at the end when he was like with
Trying
a
to act like
sadistic
evil.
smile.
Evil. Yeah.
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 Yeah, he was a dumbass.
I think
The actual Pet Cemetery and Indian Burial Ground have very little to do with the actual plot here, besides the fact of what they do. There's no
Yeah.
like mystery around them or
Yeah.
They
discussions about it.
They do touch on the fact that about the creeds though. They do say about
There's
how
that mention.
Ellie Creed got out of the sanitarium and
Yeah,
murdered
you're
her.
obsessed with that, but it's
I think that part's
literally
cool.
it's literally a throwaway dialogue.
It's
Yeah.
kind of shoehorned in.
Yeah.
It is, but I like
It's like
that.
fan service.
I like that they did that.
And they passed the house, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
um,
cooler. I think that's cooler
yeah,
than the other thing.
But what Jordan mentioned earlier about like the community and the kids and the bullies in the school, I think I love the Halloween scene. They're all wearing Halloween masks.
It has a great sense of setting.
Yeah.
It does.
It feels like a fall
Yeah.
small town.
Yeah.
I did really like that.
What'd you think of the gore? Because I thought the gore was even more extreme in this.
I didn't
There's-
think
there-
about it. It was
there's-
it was typical.
Yeah, there's moments like I mean, it grossed me out. The oozy pussy shit grosses me
I
out.
thought when the bully gets the motorcycle to the face, I thought that was nasty.
Yeah, I think.
Oh,
there's-
that I remember. I must have seen this movie as a child because
yeah.
that made me feel very nostalgic.
Really?
Unless that happens in another movie, I was like, oh
yeah,
my god.
I thought. I mean, I think the gore stuff is effective.
I thought
Except on Clancy, his wound is like a black hole.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Some of it just looked lazy, but some of it was cool.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
because I think they tried to make it a little too dark.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And his just looked like cigarette ashes or something on
Yeah.
his neck.
I think the end where the mother's like decaying pretty. I didn't understand that.
She was like melting.
Well,
'cause
because they rebuild the face. You know, when
At
at
the,
a
like,
funeral,
more
Yeah.
so she's like partially wax,
oh,
and it's hot,
yeah.
and it's in a fire.
I didn't think about
what
that.
what I thought was, you know,
It's like what's that movie? The Robert Zemeckis movie with Meryl Streep.
Death becomes her.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I there was some weird motivation stuff towards the end, like the nanny dressing up as the
oh yeah,
the wife.
That
and-
makes I think that's just like a follow up to the beginning when she's like infatuated with her clothing that pops out.
Oh yeah,
And it just kind of like follows up to show that there's like more to these people after I don't think there was any real importance to it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it. I would
That
have
scene was
more of a
messed up.
problem if they tried to add more to it. Probably.
Yeah, I was just like that was like the climax. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was kind
it
of
was
odd to me.
Yeah, that should be like the first scare.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and it seems so easy for these people to just like rob graves and
Yeah.
take these heavy bodies up all this.
There's no
shit.
cops
Yeah,
in these movies.
Well, we laughed because the first one, there's a cop that shows up to the graveyard and he just like passes his light into like I don't know.
there's
it was
like
just,
a bag over the
the-
headstone.
and
Like
it's just
clearly
like,
something's going
Well,
on.
nothing's going on.
yeah, like giant piles of dirt.
yeah.
And then Lewis does that awful fucking smile.
and his like eyes, he's like his eyes get like half open. He's like,
It's like he's crazy at that point.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, there's some definitely atmosphere stuff that doesn't work like it does in the first one, but there's different feelings. I did have fun with it, but I didn't love it.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't have like it's not about things that are as heavy
Yeah.
as the first one.
there's
And
a
that's I think it might be more fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it definitely doesn't have kind of any like there's no depth to
Yeah.
what we're watching.
No
you know?
gravity
It's
to
just
anything.
it's just kind of fun, you know? And that's okay too.
I think it's cool. Like if they maybe went a little overboard. I mean, I'm thinking not brain dead, but for something it popped in my head where like, you know, they keep burying. They should have buried like the half of the cast that died into the you know, and they came back or something. You know, well, I
Yeah.
guess they kind of did, but
Mary Lambert said in this one she wanted the focus to be more on what goes on in a teenage boy's head versus
well,
a grown man's head.
that makes sense
that
because it did
experience-
feel like a MTV video at some parts where like the Jesus Mary Chain
Yeah,
song
yeah.
and the I don't know. That makes sense.
So that probably goes in hand with what you were saying about how there wasn't as much heavy-handedness as there was in the first one.
yeah.
The plot, but
Well, like I mean, I don't think I think a mom's death is heavy, but I don't think it was.
Now
as-
I don't know what like there's some teen stuff.
Yeah.
I think that there are teens in it, but I don't know what kind of like teenage
Like-
themes it was really
like
trying to tackle.
stepfather,
Like mean
problems.
stepfather. Yeah, and that's okay.
yeah.
But other than that, I was like, okay.
Pet-
Yeah, one kid has
Pet deaths.
yeah.
Fucking your stepdad like watches rabbits fuck and pets them really hard.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
What's
that
up
was-
with the
That
rabbits?
was weird.
Yeah, it was like on the what did he
Oh,
do?
I said there's no cops, and he's a cop.
Yeah, but like,
Not a good cop.
yeah, not
but,
a good cop.
but what's he do? Like with
What-
those rabbits? Does he sell them?
Well, he was eating them after he became a zombie.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was gross.
yeah. I think they really skinned. I think speaking of real shit that happened, it looked like they really skinned a rabbit.
No.
I think so.
Eh.
The way he pulls the fur off the rabbit looked real, it looked
I
If
don't
it was
know.
if it was already dead, maybe if they got dead rabbits.
yeah, of course.
I
They're
don't
not gonna-
like the idea of them like murdering them for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
movie, but
I don't think
No,
they're
I understand.
they're not skinning it live. I mean,
I don't know.
I
I,
think
doubt.
so.
I doubt.
yeah, I
would-
didn't
would
hear
doubt
anything
it,
about
but
that.
I'm sure that
that
there'd
shit
be
look real.
Shit brought up.
You ever see some skin before?
No,
Yeah, that shit look real.
Movie magic.
because Mary Lambert's cool.
Mary Lambert's a freak.
Yeah, she's behind the scenes, like biting into live
Yeah.
rabbits.
Well, I don't really have anything else to say about
I wish
this.
he'd make more movies, because these two were
Oh.
up my alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shows that she knows what she's doing for a horror movie.
I mean, if I would give a rating for what you would think of it from me viewing you watching this movie last night,
0.
yeah, I would say, I didn't watch it. I couldn't rate it.
Yeah.
I've seen it so many times.
Well,
Seems like it.
that's
I'd,
fine.
I'd give it a 4.
Wow. What about you?
I liked it a lot.
What about you, Ben?
It doesn't hold up quite as well as I thought it did, but I still enjoy it enough. I give it a 3.
I'm gonna give it a 3 too. I think it might be a little high, but for nostalgic purposes, it kind of just that motorcycle scene. I'm like, oh wow,
You
maybe
gave
I
it-
saw this as a
It has-
kid.
there's 1 point towards just the.
Yeah, I would not go below a 2.5, but I'll
Yeah.
give it a 3.
That kid looks like Ben Foster. Right, keep going.
I think I'm gonna
He's
give it.
the little kid in Big. That's
Yeah.
the perfect.
I'm gonna give it a
that's-
2.
Just
I
like-
think that's. I don't think that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It could be worse. If I was like in a grumpier mood, I'd probably give that shit a 1.
Really?
Maybe if
No.
I didn't watch it with a group, I would have went lower. It all depends.
Yeah.
Because I do want to watch it again alone just to see what it would be like.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2. I think.
Sorry, Nick.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think Nick understands at least with
Yeah.
this one. Yeah, because I mean I like the Nick's turning a new leaf. He's not yelling at us for.
Well, he yelled at me for
Yeah,
giving a
that's true.
fucking 4.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
We give him too much credit too easily.
Yeah.
Because I don't forget.
Okay.
Well,
You're loving movies that you give 3. You gave a 3 to Silkwood, which you said you loved.
Because
and
I didn't-
Annabelle.
I didn't know what I would think.
That's true though. He gave it a 4, and he's like, "Yeah, it's a really good movie." And you're like, "I love this movie." 3. So
because
you're-
I remember when he said that was his favorite movie.
Mr.
of all
Hot
time.
Shot-
I was 15.
Mr. Hotshot.
Thanks, James.
It's not as cool to give Silkwood a 5 as it is to give, Pet Cemetery too.
I rate things based on my enjoyment of the movie, not based on
And
the
how much you
quality
love
of
them?
the movie, but not based on the quality.
Of course. Who
Or else-
doesn't?
Yeah, but sometimes they go together.
Silkwood is a better quality movie than Pet Cemetery.
Well, I'm not. You didn't tell me the quality. You told me you loved it, and I figured that means you enjoyed it a lot.
I didn't say I
then
loved
you
it.
Yes,
gave
you
up.
did.
I said I love Silkwood.
You said it
Yeah.
was really good.
Oh, I thought it was good. That
You
was a
said
good movie.
really good.
I thought. Yeah, I thought.
I think you said loved.
Good flick.
I want to watch it too. I
But
can't. I can't.
It's just funny, like Mr.
Just
Hot
get-
Shot rating system, and
Good flick.
Just trying to call out some contradictions.
I did want to Nick is gonna perform. Sheena was a punk rocker.
Sheena is punk rocker. Sheena is punk rocker. And that wasn't actually based on the Ramones. That was based on that fat trucker for hire that they put in that scene.
They're
in the
like,
first
"Hey,
one.
do you know the Ramones?" He's like, yeah, sure, I do.
So that was based off him. I especially love the inflection when he goes punk rocker.
Like it's so flat and tone
Because
deaf.
you can tell that he doesn't quite know the lyrics, but he is doing his best.
He looks like he's really jamming though. They even show his shoe dancing.
Yeah,
when
he's
like
driving
pushing
way
the gas.
too fucking
to
fast.
go.
They need to put like a new speed limit sign on that
They
road.
do.
Yeah, I would go to.
We should take a trip there.
I'd go to the borough.
I'd flat out buy that house.
I would
swear
love
God,
to
I would
go
buy that
on
house.
a trip like at the Mountains of Madness. Not that one. What's the fuck in the Mouth of Madness? What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They go on like a little road trip to like the horror.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
would be
Maine,
awesome.
Maine is
Sutter
awesome.
cane.
I went to
Yeah.
Maine last year for the first time, and I was like, "Whoa, Maine's cool."
I have family in Maine.
Really? That's cool. Well, speaking of Jordan's family, he's got a pick.
It has nothing to
I
do with
got-
his
I
family.
know. I know. Well,
Well-
maybe these are family his family favorites.
Out of
Cheaper by the
spite,
dozen.
out of spite for Nick,
Every
Nick
every
has his arms crossed. He's giving him the
I'm gonna
look.
pick a pitch it pong. We
Oh.
rastical. I'm not really.
Oh shit!
I would love to.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Just
a pitch it pong.
that's his name. A
Yeah.
pitch it pong. He's a Thai filmmaker.
Yeah.
But his movies rule. But I'm not gonna do that.
Very like slow meditative movies.
Very slow, but
Yeah.
they're very cool. I was actually considering a couple things. In light of recent events, I considered doing nuclear movies
Oh shit!
and civil rights movies, but I think I'm just gonna do movies, sci-fi movies about planets,
Okay.
which is very specific. And so for the first one, we're gonna do Solaris, the Tarkovsky one. Okay.
Nick's all about Tarkovsky.
Now it's very long, so I put a short movie with it because it's almost 3 hours, and I put Fantastic Planet with it, which is 72 minutes.
cool.
Okay.
Cool.
They're both foreign, but that makes it easier. And then the second one, I'm gonna do 2010,
Oh shit!
which
I've
I've never
seen it.
seen.
I've never
Yeah.
seen that either.
And Forbidden Planet.
Oh, cool.
So like some old, so
Okay,
mix of
What's the
not
sec- Forbidden Planet and what's the second?
Fantastic Planet.
Okay, I always get those confused.
Yeah, not Fantastic Voyage.
Okay,
Just to be sure.
which one's animated?
Fantastic Planet?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And what's Forbidden Planet?
Forbidden Planet is like that's like the more typical like robot on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
It might be. I know Fantastic is.
Okay. Yeah,
But,
I get them all mixed up.
Yeah, they all have similar titles. It should be a good,
That's a little mix of some arty movies with some like
Yeah,
pulpy
like-
genre stuff.
yeah, Forbidden Planet's supposed to be like Shakespearean,
Yeah.
but we'll see. And I've
Cool.
never seen 2010, and I kind of just need to do it.
Who directed that? Do we know? Did you know off the top of your head? Nobody
Not sure.
special.
I think it's somebody okay.
Okay. Yeah, I
Maybe
don't.
not though.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I've never seen it, but I was almost bought the books.
Yeah, I have I have 2001, but I never read it. Nick, this is a good chance for this is Solaris is like the entry. This is like entry level Tarkovsky. So
Yeah.
so if you think you're gonna enjoy Stalker,
Do you care if I go and watch Soderbergh?
I already said no.
What?
I already said no. You can't watch it. Not no. I don't care.
Can I watch Soderbergh?
All right.
If you do, I'll know.
Oh,
All right.
Pete Hyams? I don't know who that is.
Oh,
Peter Hyams did Time Cop, Running Scared.
like the old, like the new
Yeah,
Running
the
Scared.
old
Okay,
Outland.
What did he do?
Time Cop. I've heard of that.
What about him? What did he do?
He directed
2010.
2010.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Time
yeah.
Cop. They talked about that on How Did This Get Made?
Yeah, that's the
I
like that movie.
John Claude Van Damme.
That movie's cool.
Yeah.
With
Oh, I probably saw it then.
Ron Silver of Blue Steel's in it.
Yeah.
End of Days. Yeah,
Awesome movie too.
Yeah.
did
So
some
you
weird
you
stuff.
guys want to do Solaris and Fantastic first, or do you want to do the other two first?
Your pick.
I don't care, but Pet Wrecker.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Let's do Solaris first.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
do Solaris and Fantastic Planet.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. What do you point at?
What,
Are we still on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are we still on?
Or like debating shit. I don't know.
I think it's fine. I
All
mean,
right.
this is a short episode.
Pet Wrecker.
Yeah. What are you gonna watch next, Nick?
I don't know. I've got a couple weeks.
What are you gonna watch tonight?
Probably nothing.
WWE.
I have shit to do.
It's not
tonight.
on tonight. Yeah.
He tried to Jordan tried to trap him.
You don't got plans?
Tonight I do. Not until probably
You want to see
about
Kidnap?
6 o'clock. Maybe.
How? Thought you had plans.
I can't tonight. I can see it right now.
I'll see it if you want.
Did
You want to go? I know it's supposed to be bad.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think I want to see it.
See, this is guys. This is a little taste of what we
Just
do
hanging
off
out.
mic.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We'll cut this up. We'll end this. Does anybody have anything to say before we?
Yeah, please check out our YouTube channel. It's awesome. We have all of our episodes up there. We also have an email that you can contact us at anotherlookpod@gmail.com.
And we post stuff on Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah,
and-
we're looking for recommendations too.
Yeah.
So
Keep an eye out for a bonus episode coming out. And we're gonna keep trying to do those every once in a while.
To go.
So thanks, guys.
Thanks.
When you city really has it